Hi, I'm going to talk to you today about the Level 1 learning programs. Specifically, I'm going to be looking at the PLU Arts, and within that, I'm going to look at music. I'm doing this deliberately because I am not a music teacher in my background. I work in a special school, and a lot of the time, as we'd all know, we're going to have to draw on Google and a number of online websites, which I'll be talking to you about to help us with our teaching. So what I'm going to focus in on specifically here in music is I'm going to look at the elements of the music, you know, like your rhythms and your beats, your pitch, your pace, all that kind of thing. And we're also going to be looking at exploring the variety of sound making equipment. And because I would have students in both moderate ability and also in severe and profound, I often have to differentiate accordingly with my websites and with my worksheets. And I like to use a combination of both. So when I'm starting off, I do a quick Google, and I found some great websites online. One of them is Learning Chocolate, and within that you get a chance to help the students listen to some very basic instruments if you don't have them to hand. This will also link with your numeracy, as this is a matching activity. There are lovely activities on this website, Creating Music, and it has a lovely section on listening and responding, where the student has to work out whether the piece of music, when you tap the balloon on both sides, is it the same or is it different? And it's a lovely entry level and fun way for the kids to do their music lesson. This website here has some nice tips on Edutopia. This is a lovely article about using music with special needs students. Again, it's a broad overview, and I find it quite good for somebody like myself, who, although I enjoy music, music wouldn't be my forte in the classroom. I also use a whiteboard in class, and with it I would sometimes go on to Smart Tech, the exchange, and I'd click in. So here I can click into musical instruments, and then I can gauge the students' learning. You know, let's assess their prior learning, and we discuss the different instruments. How might you play them? I might get the students to give me a little bit of a drama role play if they know how it works, and then I can use it again at the other end then to assess, as a summative assessment, to assess their learning after we've been doing the block for a little while. So what I do is I take that knowledge, and then I like to go into Word and create my own worksheets. So I have a worksheet here where we're going more in depth into the families, the orchestra families, and I have a simple activity there where students will colour in the instruments that come from the same family. And what you do have to be careful about, and I'm sure we're all aware, is to do a copyright. So I just thought I'd finish up with a quick conversation around Creative Commons, which is a good website which produces royalty-free images. You can, of course, go onto Google and go into the Google Tools box and select select images for reuse with no copyright issues on it. So I take those images and I create up my worksheet. Here I've created a worksheet based around learning about beat and timing in rhythm. So I'm using tea and coffee to teach about crotchets and quavers. And again, I've been careful to make sure my images are royalty free. And then I would use these with the students, and they can either have them printed out so that we can do them separately, they can practice them, or we can do them in a large group. I'd also have it on either the smart board or the A3. And we're looking at our different patterns here. Again, your linkage with numeracy is very obvious. And I just find that this combination works for me, because in a special school it's very difficult to find a book or a workbook that will suit your students, or perhaps it might even be a case that financially speaking it mightn't be an option. So this is how I like to work. I hope this helps you out.